Yeah. All right, this is Committee on Government Operations, Public Safety, and Public Service. This is Thursday, January 31st, 2019. We're at 6 p.m. Councilor DePiero.
Here.
Councilor Hanlon. Yes. And Councilor Napolitano.
Here.
We have 3 members present. We do have a quorum.
Please join me in saluting the flag, gentlemen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the first piece of business. This is a resolution by Councilor Stephen Simonelli that the mayor or someone from his office appear at this meeting to explain why the city took 19 public parking spots in the Everett Square parking lot in back of the post office with city-owned vehicles.
Is there a communication? No communication.
Oh.
Yes, Councilor.
That's what I was going to ask, if we have any communications.
No communication. What's the will of the committee?
Motion to hold it over
Yeah.
the next meeting.
Spots in Everett Square.
Send a reminder.
Now, there's a, for, yeah, Mr. Chairman.
Hi, guys.
In the Norwood Street, whatever you want to call that parking lot, there's a section that goes out to Corey Street that's cordoned off. It's got the chain link fence around it. And I see a lot of electric things in there, and I think they're streetlights, old-fashioned streetlights. I haven't moved.
I think, I could be mistaken, but I think the city is in the process of taking over ownership of some of those lights and replacing them with some ornamental lighting. I'm not positive.
Mr. Chairman,
I did hear something about that before.
I'm terribly sorry.
Go ahead.
No.
Councilor Napolitano?
So I believe Dr. Easy is here regarding item number 1.
Okay.
So that
Dr. Easy, would you like to come
Dr.
forward,
Easy
please?
join us?
Welcome. Pleasure to see you.
Good afternoon. All right. So you want me to just gonna answer the questions based on this agenda, or you want to pose a separate?
Whatever you have to offer on item number 1.
So I think basically what has happened, we moved the ISD vehicles from our main parking lot here and put them over to where this location is by the post office. And the reason for that is because right now, City Hall is seeing a lot more traffic in terms of the monthly billing we have gone to now downstairs for water. We're going to provide more spots for our residents to come in and take care of City Hall business. So unfortunately, it seems like it's going to create some issues for the Cambridge Health Alliance. I forget what.
I think there's an MGH clinic, the
yeah.
Devon School,
But
too.
we weren't aware that that's an issue, but we're currently even in the process of redesigning the parking lot as it is to try to infuse some more parking spots to see where we can get residents to park, come in and handle City Hall business. So obviously parking is an issue, so we're trying to figure out the best way. But the 11 or maybe 12 vehicles that the ISD folks have, they were taking up majority of the space in the back parking lot, and that they wouldn't basically leave to go out and do inspections until maybe 9:30. So we kind of figured have them parked there overnight, pick the cars up, drive the personal vehicles from the homes, put it there, gonna swap the cars, and it's gonna stay out of this parking lot just because of the traffic we have in now.
Councilor?
Thank you. Thank you for coming, Dr. Easy. So now, is this a temporary situation? Is this something that you're planning on doing long-term? Is it going to be evaluated if you're able to add extra spots?
Correct. So I think right now it's just a temporary fix right now. The city engineer are working on seeing where we could add at least 7 or more spots in our back parking lot. And if we can do that, then we could probably relieve the pressure from over there and bring some of those vehicles back. But until we do that, we really, I mean, it's kind of almost like routing people to pay Paul in a sense, because we're kind of putting them over there, and the revenue from the meters that's there, we're probably not really getting that right now, but we do need folks to come in and have somewhere to park in the parking lot while they're coming into City Hall. So it's kind of trying to figure out what's the best solution.
I know when we started issuing stickers, that a lot of the employees over at MGH were buying an annual sticker, and that's how they've been utilized. I'm not sure if that program is still
I'm not too sure about that
in
either.
effect, so I don't know if that's the case. But you know, I mean, I understand the circumstances. Believe me, I'd rather see them consolidated someplace else than out in the neighborhoods, as we've seen in the past. Right. Do you know, any idea when we'd have some additional information as far as what you're looking at, these extra spots?
I think we will get some more substantial, I guess, information on solution to the problem, because now that the fire station is back in its building, we used to have some spots up at the old high school, and we're thinking about maybe transforming the ISD vehicles there instead of over there. So I think maybe by the middle of this month, we can figure out where we are with that, and there are a few vehicles up there that needs to be moved out so we can get the space for that. So I don't think it's too far off, and I mean, I really apologize that that's creating issues for MGH, but I think we're kind of trying to figure out which apple we have to kind of pick and choose here if we're going to satisfy, I think.
If I could just make a, if you look to see if that sticker program still exists,
Okay,
because
we
if it
can do that.
does, they're paying for them up front, so you wouldn't see,
Okay.
you wouldn't see the meter activity. In fact, you'd see the exact opposite.
Yeah.
You'd see less meter activity, but that's primarily because they're buying their
Buying the
parking,
spot to park over there.
up front.
Okay.
And if that program's still in effect, that could be the main cause for concern. They're paying, we're still getting the money,
And then they can't
and
park.
they can't park.
Okay, all right.
So,
I'll
thank
look
you.
into that for sure, yes. Anything else?
Any other questions?
No, I answered mine.
What would be your pleasure with the piece?
Well, excuse me, customary thanks.
Might want to stick around, Dr. Easy, just in case for the next couple.
Okay.
I don't know, John, what do you think we should do?
Could be referred out to him,
Yeah,
we'd have to refer it out to the council to refer it.
yeah, I mean, I share Councilman Hanlon's sentiments. I'd feel reluctant to, because Councilman is not able to make it this evening, to just refer it back to sponsor, but maybe we should
Make no
refer it out with
recommendation either.
no finding, for him to decide how he wants to see fit. So that would be my motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to refer out with no finding. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item 2, Mr. Clerk.
Item number 2 is a resolution up by Council Simonelli that the mayor or someone from his office appear at this meeting to update the improvements on Air Force Road.
I know Mr. St. Louis provided, he's unable to attend, but he provided some information on plans to alleviate some flooding issues. But I think Councilor Simonelli was more concerned with the actual opening where the gate is, because cars have to stop and let opposite traffic come and go. So I think his improvements that he had in mind were to widen that area. Bottom of Prescott Street in Tremont, where the opening is. Yeah. We may want to do the same thing with this piece.
If I could, Mr. Chairman? If I
Yes,
could,
Counselor.
Just a few words on that. When this started because a couple of people from out of Everett were coming down Tremont Street and sneaking through there to get around out onto Revere Beach Parkway. It became a matter where more than a few were coming now, you know. So to do something about it, I guess that the city went in there, put a thing in there, put a stop sign up. There's no stop sign on Tremont Street where there should be, but they had a stop sign down there. But it's only one way. I mean, the cars come both ways, but they have to wait until this car comes, until this car comes, and in the morning, all the cars want to go through. At night, all the cars want to come back this way here. The amount of traffic on Tremont Street has quadrupled, maybe even more, because, you know, it used to be 1, 2, or 3 cars. Remember Councilman, what's his name? Councilman from Ward 6.
Councilor McLaughlin?
No, there before him.
Sachetta?
No.
Sal Sachetta.
No. The old gentleman that was over there.
Sal Sachetta.
Sachetta. He was the one that had the big interest in this, you know. And so I was just sort of following up for him. And traffic is ridiculous. Go down there anytime, you know, in the morning. And you'll see they're lined up on Tremont Street now, try to get through there, and the 1 or 2 cars that are coming this way can't get through at all, and at night it's reversed. The cars that are going this way, so it's gotta be opened up to 2 ways if they wanna keep it that way, or they gotta shut it down and put the cars back up on Main Street where they belong, you know? And, but I understand the reason for opening it. It was so that people could get into the 7-acre park that we had there, or the dog walk or whatever. Nobody goes up there at all. You know, I mean, it's just too much traffic, and the parking place is always covered with snow or dirt or black rubbish, you know, so they just don't go up there. So, you know, if I were to make a recommendation, I would close it down to traffic and say, you know, they want to go use the park, go all the way around. It's better than having that mess of traffic that's down there every day, you know. And to believe it, just go down there at 8 o'clock in any morning. You know, so.
I think their plan is to expand it, especially with the proposed plans for the athletic fields and the stadium project potentially.
Who proposed it, Nick? The mayor's office?
I would think so, the administration.
Actually, Lance Green and Craig's name was indicated that's what it is.
Well, if we could make a recommendation, if no one minds, that we send a notice to the mayor, asking, tell him that we know that what he's doing, but to appease the traffic situation down there, do it now, and enlarge it now. Don't wait till the project to be finished, just enlarge it now to alleviate that traffic situation, because there's gonna be an accident down there. Someone's gonna fight and get cracked up and whatever, you know. So,
I think,
Council Napolitano?
I think in a roundabout way, I mean, I agree with Councilman 100%. So what I motion is grant further time and invite the mayor, because right now, we've got the sponsor, we've got the city engineer, they're not able to make it tonight, and clearly we have questions,
Yeah.
additional questions. So let's grant further time for this. If you bring this back out to the floor like the other piece, God only knows where that's going to
Agreed.
explode into. At least let's get them, if we're going to bring it back to the floor, let's send it back with some facts. So you want the mayor invited?
yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing that.
But
It'll all be done in the committee was all I'm thinking, is that might be the better way to do. Bring them on, the sponsor can be here, the city engineer can be here, hopefully representative from the mayor's office, so we have some additional information.
Sure.
And that way that we can make a more educated decision.
Yep, it's okay. And leave it in committee.
Was that a second? Motion made and seconded to leave this item in committee and invite the mentioned guests to give us some more information at the next meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item 3.
All right. Item number 3. This is a resolution by Council Simonelli that the mayor or someone from his office update the council on when the dedication for Councilor Joe King at Forestry Park will be.
The communication was received from the planning director, Mr. Souza, that the dedication will be held later this year, sometime in the spring, when the weather is nicer and there is some sort of a grand opening for the park that's been long awaited, as Council Napolitano
Is
knows.
this to do in the square over? Is what they're talking about?
No, Florence Street Park is supposed to be a dedication for Councilor King.
Okay.
Whether, I believe it was a bench,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
And that's tied in relation because his brother is dedicated also down
Yes.
in that park as well.
Okay.
All right, refer back to sponsor. As long as the sponsor gets a copy of the communication, I think it's all good to go.
Is there a second? Motion made and seconded to refer this out back to sponsor. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Good luck, Patriots.
Yeah.